midfield compared to what we're kind of dealing with all around the park. He just seems like a late player for that position, and that's the kind of position you want a tough player. You want a Paul Lambert in there or a Neil Lennon, somebody with a bit of dig. He just doesn't seem to be having that.
And I feel I listen to people gushing over him constantly, and I just don't get it. He does the simple things well. And he does, but he doesn't break up their play. He doesn't put the foot in. He does, Paul mentioned it last week as well. Somebody that's running your engine. So he's not doing enough, but he doesn't do much wrong either. And I don't know. He's just a bit vanilla for me, and I don't know. I think they were kind of, because I think if we had someone strong in the midfield against Hamilton there, I think we would have made a far lot more chances for the guys up front.
Can I ask you, for not having seen the first half, then, Jason, how did Higgins play?
That wasn't too bad.
Listen, by the way, see, when I want to come back as a Jason Higgins in my next life. What a life you've got. Away a weekend again, no matter. Right, anyway. So how did Griffiths play, did you think, starting the game like?
When you go, Paul?
I was going to say, I mean, he never had many actual chances at all.
He was great for the goal.
Aye, I mean, I think he needs to play 5 yards further up the park. I think his mentality is still used to playing with teams who try and attack teams at about 35 yards. That's about, with the goal, and they try and manipulate for there. Whereas we're getting fullbacks bombing forward, getting to the byline, and they're looking, and Griffiths is pulling himself back all the time. Whereas the ball there, what he did is the first time ball right across the face of goal. And so he kind of has to do that. I mean, I do think teams defend deep against us as well because they're scared of their fullbacks getting in behind them a lot. But he just needs to. I just think we're at the cusp now with Griffiths. I mean, I'll make a wee prediction that if he stays in the team, you'll see goals coming for him. But he just needs that 2 or 3 more games. Like you see with Matthews, he wasn't that great, come back and that kind of thing. Like we'll see with Henderson now, he's got a couple of games and that. Just give him 2 or 3 games up front that he knows he's going to be playing week in, week out, and he will score goals for us. I mean, and certainly for the bigger games, he'd be the one I'd be looking at for the games like Inter Milan and stuff, more than probably any other striker at the minute.
I would agree with that. See, for special away from home in Europe, I think he's perfect quality to play up front himself.
See, the reason I asked, I just wondered if it stood out that it was mentioned, as I said, with Mulgrew, about how many good balls went into the box and there wasn't really anybody getting on the end of it. And maybe it just happened to be that was the day that Sepovic or Guidetti won the in there, and it was Griffiths, and he was maybe doing a lot of stuff outside the box, and maybe that would highlight as a negative for him in his performance, because I really want to see him get a run in the team, same as yourselves, and I hope that kind of doesn't go against them when they look back at it, What do you think about the fact Guidetti's not playing? Is that going to affect?
No, he's injured.
Try to sign him? He's injured.
Well, he was on the bench, but
he took a knock, and the first game we played over by, so dialysis after it that he could have played if he'd wanted to, but there was no need to actually push him.
All right.
Right, okay. Do you know? Sorry for kind of getting off. Right, Joe, on you go first.
No, go ahead.
Well, what I was thinking is with Deila when he came out and says about Guidetti, listen, you better hurry up because we've got other options. I like that. And he's saying
just let me tell what did he say because I never heard that. Sorry.
Well, he's basically come out and said, I don't know whether it's paper talk or whatever, but he seemingly come out and said about Guidetti, like the deal's there for Guidetti, right, but just to let him know that he's not Celtic's only option, and to think he's self-lucky that we're in for him. Just in case he's been the Billy big time, thinking I'll wait and see who's coming here. Because he's like, if Celtic get another option that's willing to sign, then we could go down that route.
Yeah, but he's not going to go back to Man City, though. But, I mean, he could end up going to somewhere like fucking Stoke or something like that there, you know what I mean? And make big money.
If Stoke want him... no, in fact, he was already at Stoke, was he not? And he didn't do anything with him. Was it Stoke he was with, Paul, before?
I think it was Stoke,
well, he was Feyenoord.
I know he done well
he was on loan at Stoke, I think, from Man City.
They put him in loan to Stoke. I think he only scored one goal, or he only played one. There was some of it one, but he didn't do well at all.
But
So
I don't know. You'd like to think a guy like him would be appreciative of the fact that he is playing for a big club and scoring goals, and he has.
and I
done
think
well.
that was the point Deila was making. You know, Celtic are a massive club. If Celtics want to sign you, you thank your lucky stars. You know,
It's also good to hear Jason saying that though, and like the fact that we're not going to wait until the end of the window to see what you want to do. We've got to get our priorities. Like,
the world doesn't revolve around you, like.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I think you're right about Griffiths, Paul. I think Griffiths is he's a chance taker. He's that guy. If the ball drops and he sees a chance, you seen that in the first half against Hamilton. The chance he took, kind of a sort of half volley scissor kick, just trying to place it in the far corner. Right, and he wasn't a million miles off, but see that sort of spark of that sort of quick thinking, that sort of chance taking. That's like, and guys like him in the box who just see the ball and put it in the net. You can't buy that.
Playing one game and then missing three are no good to guys like him, you know what I mean? They need to hold up a head of steam.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we've got 3 games in a week there, and you just say to him, like, you know, you'll be definitely playing the next couple of games, and you won't get goals from him. No doubt about him. I mean, the guy is a natural goal scorer. And he seems to have screwed the nut about it as well. Do you know what I mean? He's conducting himself a lot better. And even in interviews and stuff, and Twitter and things like that, you know, he's saying the right things. And I mean, it's somebody, you know, I just didn't see the point in say going to somebody like Skepovic and saying, let's see if you work. When we know that Griffiths already works.
Yeah, but when Skepovic came on though, Griffiths then was playing very wide. I mean, out in the right, coming in with the left foot. But I mean, I just don't think he's any use out there.
Nah, get him up front. I mean, guys like Lineker and all that talk about all the time, you know, and Michael Owen. You want to score goals, get in the box. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's where most goals are scored. Get in the box.
And the good thing about Griffiths is he doesn't seem. I mean, he spent a lot of time at the team, and it doesn't seem to affect him. He just seems bursting to play anytime he's in there. Do you know what I mean? He reminds you just a wee boy up the park.
Even when he played that sort of development game against Sunderland and he scored, you could see how happy he was to score goals. I mean, that's his thing. I like the guy. But I mean, let's be honest, all the good things about Lee Griffiths, in the hair transplant competition, he kind of lost out. Stokes is doing way better than he is. You know?
But the Stokes not take a wee while to kick in. Maybe Griffiths is just a bit further down the road.
I think it's getting further.
I am a guy. I should know about that kind of stuff. Being a baldy bane myself.
I'm just smart about it. You just cut it off, don't you?
Oh, I've just took my medicine. Simple as that.
Oh, that's it. I think that's the manly thing to do. I mean,
I can't see Griffiths or Stokes running about the park with a hat on.
You should wear a wig. You should wear a different wig every week.
Let me shut up. So anyway, in Commons, he's off or what?
I think so. I don't want to think so. I mean, I don't think it's me. It'll be a big loss, doesn't it? He's a very useful and talented player, no doubt about it. He still has plenty to give. But is it going to break the team? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. I think his time's up. I think his time's up. His time's up at the end of the season, and it's probably not quite up now. You probably could squeeze a few more games out of him, but I have to say, some of the stuff I've seen I mean, you would think it was Diego Maradona.
Exactly, Paul. That's the thing. I was wanting to go into that.
I mean, it's just like the guy's not kicked his own ass this season, and he's carrying a bit more weight, and he's been a great servant in that. But this is how football works. You know, the guys talk about all the time. You sit beside a guy in the dressing room for years, and one day turn around, he's gone, and that's how it works. And, you know, it's fine for the memories and that, but he's never going to fit into the Ronny Deila team. He hasn't fitted into the Ronny Deila team. And I think that the reason why a lot of this Commons thing is being talked about is it's because it's being interjected by the media and ex-players as a stick to beat Ronny Deila with. Simple as that.
I totally agree with you, Paul. And it's just that it's like they say, I can't believe Celtic's not came to a deal with him. Well, at the end of the day, if you can't agree a deal with him, you can't come to a deal with him. If Celtic put a deal on the table which they agree he's worth, if he's not willing to sign that, then tough. You know, and another bit, going off on a tangent again, this Gary Mackay-Stevens, right, so we've agreed to sign him, and thought like, that's embarrassing that we've not gave them 250 grand to get him out. You know, and what's embarrassing about it? What's embarrassing trying to save 100 grand or whatever? You know, what's embarrassing about saying to Dundee United, we'll wait till near the end, get him for 150 grand?
That's exactly it. It's football as a business. It's as simple as that. And if anybody honestly thinks that guys like Peter Law will sit there going, they're only wanting 250, I'll just give them 250.
Laughing as he sends checks.
They're saying, right, we want 250, right, we'll offer them 100 grand, see if they go for that. You know what I mean? That's just why business works.
Aye, but these fucking idiots are like, this is embarrassing. Well, I'm not embarrassed. And it's like, just give them it, because fucking Duke even says just give them it. You're lad to yourself, wait a minute here. We all slag Peter Law when we think he deserves slagged and things like that. But the guy's got, he's responsible for a business. And you've got a business, you've got a pot of money in it. You don't just start fucking scattering about to everybody. Do you know, Chris Commons isn't happy with that deal. We'll not bother, Chris, there's an extra $5,000 a week, It's just, it's baffling. They'll say, just give them the money. Well, look at some down the line, the amount of people we've gave the money to that's not worked out.
But all you got to say to Chris Cummins is we've given you the best footballing years of your life. We've given you adulation. We've given you people love you, fans love you. I mean, we've given you a great footballing life. I mean, where was he? Derby before? Notts Forest, something out there. So I mean, made more money probably. Who knows? But came to Celtic, probably didn't make a bad living. I mean,
but hang on, steady on, Joe. You don't want to down-cry the guy either, this is probably going to be his last move.
He's looking at it for himself.
I understand that, yeah.
If Celtic don't think he's worth his own valuation of himself, then tough, we part ways.
Exactly. I totally agree, and he'll probably get more money at Bolton or whatever, I don't know, but I wouldn't be saying he should be thinking about what Joe just said there, push comes to shove, I'd rather have Chris Commons at Celtic than not Celtic. I wouldn't be pushing the ball out. I wouldn't be pushing the ball out either. Because when I look at the other options round about the team at the minute, I still like Chris Commons to be there. He definitely gives you something do you know what I mean? I mean, his performance, as you said, Jason, his Cabana was fantastic. And if you could get that every week, he's a big loss, But he's not you're not going to push the ball out either. I completely agree.
Let's put it this way, sorry Joe, but fast forward to the Inter Milan game. Would you be crying if Chris Commons wasn't playing in either of those two legs?
No, because he's not really done it in Europe. Games can't pass him by in Europe, And do we need him to win the SPL? Well, probably not, but I still think, I don't know,
I would like him to stay as well. I would like both parties to come to an agreement. But at the end of the day, I'm not really hopeful it happens. But against Inter Milan, if we're getting somebody to take us forward, in Europe, so to speak, I don't think Chris Commons is the man.
And also, if Chris Commons leaving then creates space in the squad, if you know what I mean, that money is used elsewhere, then happy days, And also goes to the fact that saving a $250,000 on Gary Mackay-Stevens, that money then can be used elsewhere now, if need be. So, I mean, we're no a club thinking about millions of pounds in signings. We're trying to save money here and there, and that's the way it's got to be. That's the harsh reality of things at the minute. So if that money can be used elsewhere in this transfer window that helps us against Inter Milan per se, then happy days,
Yeah. And let's face it, if he does stay, he's not going to be playing against Inter Milan.
No, I don't think he'll play either.
Because the games are got to be about Celtic defending for the front, and he just doesn't do that. He can't do that. You know what I mean? He's got skill and all the rest of it, and he does very much. But you're playing against a team like Inter Milan, right? That means that every single time the best ball that Chris Commons likes is a ball on his feet when he's back to goal. They've just got to take it off him. Simple as that. Good defenders will take that ball off you. You see it at the very top level of the Premiership. You see it in La Liga and all that kind of thing. And it's why very, very rarely do you see guys like Andy Carroll playing top-flight football, because that's their whole game. And they have to be really good at it. And Commons is exactly the same, where he loves that ball to feet. He bring people in. He play. And football's kind of moved on for that a bit. And what Harper said is spot on. If he isn't doing it in Europe, you'll get other guys for a lot less money who can do it in the SPL.
Yeah. Aye, maybe it's been a wee bit harsh. Maybe they wouldn't dominate the games like he does, and obviously he was top goal scorer and player of the year. But Aye, I think you're right, Paul. I mean, what's the point of overpaying for someone that will do well for you in the Premier League, but